I would like to ask you, what are the penalties of not complying with the No Child Left Behind waiver?
Through the chair, Representative Reinbold, we just would lose our waiver. We would go back to AYP. There's no financial ties to it. We would go back to what we had previously.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. The question I have is, and this is a guesstimate, how much time would you say the department spent time-wise, daily, on No Child Left Behind issues? The issues in the left, the original No Child Left Behind of 2001. Five % of your day, 10%, 50%, 70%.
Are you talking about our overall staff?
Yeah.
The work of the department?
Mm-hmm.
Another document that you receive, I believe, is entitled Personal Services Position Funding Detail. That is specifically for the component of student and school achievement. Those are staff positions, and each position specifically is identified as being either funded through general funds or federal receipts or co-funded. And at the bottom of the third page, it indicates that 53.4% of those staff are funded through federal receipts, and the remainder are funded through general funds. So a little more than 50% of the staff there are general receipt funded.
Okay, so 53% plus these are folks funded by federal dollars. I mean, one would assume that at least half of their work is related to the federal dollars.
Or federal programs and what we have to do in what school districts they go to. It's the what we have to do to get those, I think, is the part that is missing on this one.
What we're doing is making sure, again, Chair Gaddis, what we're doing is making sure that there's full compliance with those particular programs. And what we're required to do is make sure that program is completely implemented. But it gives you a description of here's what this program's about, and the department's job is to make sure the program is implemented as it's described there.
End of Keller.
Yeah, just take that one if you could. How does EED check for the full compliance, like on that line item? I mean, what standards do you use? Is it based on their report to the district? How do you know? How do you determine the full compliance or not? And are you under the microscope, of course, to see if you're in compliance with your reporting by the feds, or is that, how does that work?
Through the chair, Representative Keller. First off, let me answer your last question first. We are under the microscope from the federal government. When they actually come out to do monitoring, they're monitoring the department. And they do go do visits in school districts, but what they're looking for in the school district is, has the department done its job in making sure the district is following through on the program. So if there is a finding, even if they go out to a school district and say, this school district is not doing their district report card to the public correct, which is one of the obligations that's both in state and federal statute, then the department may have a finding. The district doesn't get a finding in that case. We get a finding, and so we will have to do corrective action to make sure all our districts are doing that. So we're always under the microscope in terms of making sure these are implemented correctly. The next one is one that actually stays with the state, and it's the assessment dollars. And you can see here a case where we have federal assessment dollars that come in, and the federal government requires that those help fund the assessment system, and then there's general fund dollars that help fund the assessment system in the state. And those dollars do all stay at the department, and they fulfill the contracts that we have to run our assessment program.
And are these for specific assessments?
They can be any of the ones, well, actually the federal dollars have to be spent on the ones mandated by the federal government, and then the full breadth of that line with the GF and the ESEA fund all of it.